Hello everyone, welcome to iExamB. I am Chandra Prakash Joshi. Last few days I have done good number of RBI Grade B mock interviews. After the interview, the real interview, you will come out of the interview and you will count. They asked me 10 questions. I answered 8 correctly. I am expected to get 80% marks. It means 60 marks I will get out of 75 in the interview and I will be through in RBI. Good calculation. But when the result comes, you will be shocked. You got 30 marks. यार मैंने तो कुछ भी गलत बोला ही नहीं था. लगता है आरबीआई का बोर्ड बायस है. Then people start saying whether my gap matters, whether there is some reference, but you don't realize interview is not viva voice. I will tell you kind of mistakes you people are doing. Which department of RBI you would like to work if given an opportunity? Monetary Policy Department. I want to work in financial inclusion. I want to work in currency management. No sir, I don't know about RBI. So I am not sure where I'll work. जहाँ भी आप posting दोगे, I am ready to work. All are wrong answer. First, you cannot say I don't know about RBI. My dear friend, it is your duty. When you are going for an interview in RBI, आपको RBI के बारे में हर important चीज which is publicly available you shall know. I am not saying that you understand everything about these department, but go to the website, understand about establishment of RBI. What is the preamble? Not that you remember name of the all head of the departments, but you have to know main functions. You have to understand main departments. In various other videos, we have covered a lot about all these departments, especially the important one. But if you say Monetary Policy Department, this answer is wrong because as a journalist when you are going, RBI Grade B General, I am not saying about DPR people, they are definitely going to work in MPD. As a journalist, you are not going to work in this department. You don't know this, you must know this. Financial inclusion and currency management, mostly because you know about these two departments, very popular, and you feel being in financial inclusion, you are going to do a great service for the nation. Again, I am telling you, this is not the core function of a central bank. You have to understand what is the core function of central bank. And I suggest you that you understand few departments like supervision, regulation, payment and settlement, banking department, forex management, currency management is also important. Then at the end, your answer has to be something like that, sir, these are my interest area as of now. But as I will know more about RBI, I will be definitely in a better position to express my interest. But I understand very well that being a journalist, I am ready to work in any department and I will be happy to work for RBI, whatever assignment is given. Second mistake. I want to join RBI because I want to do social service. आगे बढ़ने से पहले आप लिख लो एक बार what is wrong in this answer, because these kind of answer if you do, it is very clear that you are not clear what you are going to do. ChatGPT. What is social service and how it is different from public service? Is government job a social service? Social service refers to the activities undertaken to help individuals or communities improve their well-being, typically focusing on vulnerable, disadvantaged group. These services are often provided by NGOs, charities, volunteers. Their primary goal is social service is altruistic and aim at addressing societal issues such as poverty, education, healthcare, and social injustice. Key characteristics are these are voluntary in nature. You are going to get salary in RBI and the salary and perks are so attractive in RBI. That's why you have applied for the job. Ask yourself, are you going to do a social service in RBI? Focus on vulnerable group. Whether RBI is taking care of any disadvantaged section of the society, the monetary policy RBI does or the currency management RBI does. Non-governmental RBI is a purely governmental organization. Social impact. Is this the primary goal of RBI? You can say still public service, which refers to the services provided by the government to its citizens. That is what RBI does. To meet their basic need and ensure societal functioning, services like healthcare, education, enforcement, infrastructure or regulation also comes in that. Public service is typically funded by taxes and carried out by the government employee or public institutions. It is mandatory in nature. So RBI's direction, you like it or not, whether government of India instruction, you like it or not, these are mandatory. These are obligation. If I run an NGO and I wish to offer food to somebody or healthcare to somebody, it is up to the beneficiary to accept it or not. Understand this difference. If you are going for public service, understand what public service is. Key difference are there. Very key difference are there. The kind of organizations, here it is NGOs and it is funded by donations, grant, and these are comparatively smaller and localized. So be very, very careful about every word you say in the interview. These one word I am telling you is going to be devastating. Devastating, because that makes the impression that you don't understand, especially people, those who have left a job, those who have some job experience. If they do this kind of mistake, then it comes out that this guy had some problem and he is making some story. These stories are like, why you quit your well-paying job and want to work for RBI. I don't like working for profit making. Most of the people who are coming to RBI have worked maybe in some commercial bank or maybe in some private companies. Money is not my goal of life. I want to work for the people. All are, I am telling you, the worst kind of answers you can have in the interview. What are you saying to RBI? RBI is the institution that provides money to the people, and you say, I don't want to work for money. If you want to do charity, go to an NGO. Please understand, in a job, you have studied this Heisenberg two-factor theory. So you know what are hygienic factors, right? Your salary, work environment, company policies, etc., job security, all you will get in RBI, a good work-life balance. But these are hygienic factors. The important one are the motivating factors. You have studied this well, no? That is, what are you going to do in RBI? What are you going to do for this? What kind of achievement, recognition, the work itself? Do you like working as a central banker? Kind of autonomy you are going to have? In fact, it is lesser in RBI. In any public organization, you will have less autonomy than in smaller companies or in private sector. What kind of career opportunities, growth? So you have to construct your answer. Why I am saying all this to you, rather than talking about I am not interested in making money. So see, the question is two-part: why you quit and why RBI. People focus more here. They start explaining, justifying rather, why they quit their job or why they are looking for changing their job. Because I am telling you the reality, you accept it or not. Pause for a while, think. We all have some problem in our current job. That's a fact. Nobody loves, there are exceptions, but in general, nobody loves beyond a point and feel there is some challenge, some frustration in the current job, and people focus on that angle rather than talking more about what they are looking for in RBI. RBI is a knowledge-driven institution. You talk about regulation, you talk about policy making, you talk about central banking. No, I don't want to do this. That is really not required. What do you don't want to do? What are you going to do in RBI? That is actually interesting factor, and that is the motivating factor. This impact of the motivating factors you have to talk about, that what kind of satisfaction you are going to get because you are going to work in a central bank. Answer me one question. Are you going to quit your job or quitting your job now, or you have quit your job because you disliked salary? Coming to this hygienic factor, how many people left the job because they disliked salary? So this kind of answer, that money is not my goal of life. Money is required everywhere. Even if you want to create a big charity, money is required. There are many religious institutions. They are doing a lot of work for the society, for the spiritualism. They also need money. So the problem is not money. The problem is something else, but you focus on the opportunity when you are talking about changing the career, what you are looking for in RBI. Fourth problem, people, they think they are wearing good clothes, but they are not properly dressed. This is putting a wrong impression. A very good tie, a very good blazer, but if you are not putting up your knot, we have observed several candidates coming in blazers, in formal shirt and tie, but the tie is loose. The top button of the collar is not buttoned properly. So this may be popular in some of the movies, or maybe some of the models are wearing like this, but this is not a formal way to dress up. I have written a lot about this. The link I am giving you in the description, how to dress up formally. Keep it simple. If you don't like tie, it is not mandatory to wear tie. These are winters nowadays, so wearing a blazer will be good, unless you are in the south where you really don't want to wear the blazer. So it is up to you, but dress up formally. Understand, RBI is a very formal financial institution. The details I have written, the link is given in the description. Some people are underconfident and very, very anxious, very, very nervous. You see here, fingers are locked, the stress on the face. People sometimes literally start sweating. Guys, you are going to be an officer in RBI. So you have to learn how to maintain the composure, how to keep your smile, how to be natural during the interview. It is just an interview. Don't you worry this much. Don't put up that much pressure on you. Anyhow, the pressure is going to deteriorate your performance. Therefore, you have to be calm and composed. You will become more by practice. Being overconfident is bigger problem. I have seen some people will not realize this when they sit on chair and they are leaning backward and the body language tells as if, okay, I have come here for just an interview. Guys, if you like me, take me. Otherwise, it is okay. That shall not come from your body expressions, from your movements of face, eyes, hand movements. You have to do a very right balance between overconfident, and I'm telling you, overconfidence is a bigger problem because people get offended, especially in the government institutions like RBI. People get offended easily. In some of the private jobs, this may be a strong character, especially if you are going to for a job for a sales or business development where your confidence is actually important. But here, don't be overconfident. That will be a big mistake. Last one is not really well prepared about your background. You have mentioned in your profile, in your biodata, say for example, I belong to Almora. Then the question may be asked, do you remember a famous author who has written a lot in Hindi and belongs to Almora? I say, oh sir, I have no clue. My hobbies and interest. So you say, cricket is my hobby or maybe guitar. Do you know about the strings of guitar? Do you know about the recent cricket tournament which is going on? Courses you studied? No sir, I studied agriculture 5 years back. I don't remember today what is the botanical name of Barsim. Barsim is a water crop. So some basic things are expected. Otherwise, you don't write such things in your biodata form. But if you have written anything, I'll give an example. One guy came, Dr. Sharma, in the interview asked a question to him. What do you do in the leisure time? What are your hobbies? Something like that. Then he say, I am an observer. Then the next comment comes from the interview board. Have you seen the guy who just left out of the interview room? I think you encountered him outside. Yes sir, I met him. Tell me what color tie he was wearing. Now this guy is awestruck. No sir, I don't know. Okay, you are an observer. So be careful what you are saying about your strength, about your weaknesses, anything about your hobbies, because you have to be very, very well prepared about your background. I said to you, you have to be prepared about RBI. You shall know where you are going. You shall know yourself what you are so that it becomes a nice match. All our mock interviews, we are training you for those small things, because in interview, it is not like a Viva voice. You answer 10 out of 10 questions, still you may get 30% marks, because the way you answered, the body language, the confidence, the expectations, your own clarity about what you are going to do in the future. This is a test of your personality. Knowledge is already tested. I believe you will take best advantage of the mock interviews, and you shall prepare. Must. The more you prepare, the more mock interviews you do, the better you become. I wish you all the best. The link of the RBI website and how to dress is given in the description. I'm expecting better result for RBI Grade B this time than the last year. All the best.